Hello viewers, and welcome to this Timiza Vikoba demonstration and training video. To accompany you on this video, you will need to have the process map that is shared with this video. We are going through all the steps in that process map with the exception of the steps relating to loan, disbursements and repayments, because the loans are disbursed in the 5th week and this training video is just done over a 1-day period. Welcome again, and please note your questions as the video proceeds. Then you can collate the questions at the end, and we are very happy to answer those questions at any time. You send your questions on the email, or we can have a conference call. So welcome again to the video, and please remember you need your process map and you need to be making your notes. The video is best received in a group, so I hope you can put your team together and sit together, but if that is not possible, of course you can watch it individually. Welcome to the Timiza Vikoba demonstration and training video. Hello, this is the demonstration of Timiza Vikoba which is delivered by Airtel and Maendeleo Bank. As you can see, we have 4 phones, and each phone has 2 SIM cards in each of them. To accompany us on this demonstration, you will need to have the process map, which is shown here. We will be starting with process number 1, and you will notice in all of these processes we have some steps that we do all the time to go through the Airtel system. So to access Timiza Vikoba, there are 6 steps that take us through Airtel and into Maendeleo Bank, and those 6 steps we will do them every time. So I want to go through those 6 steps slowly now, but in future we will be moving a little faster. So please pay attention to these first steps. Now we are going to do the first process, which is to access information on the product. So this, as you can see, 150*60, that is the USSD to go into Airtel. So we are going in, and here we are. Now option 6, as you can see, financial services, so that is what we are going to choose. Then we will choose 1 for Timiza, then we will choose 2 for Timiza Vikoba, then we will choose 1 for registration. We are going into the system, and then we put the Airtel Money PIN. Now those 6 steps get us into Timiza Vikoba. We are now entering Timiza Vikoba. As you can see, it says welcome to Timiza Vikoba. So now we are going to look at information, which is option 2. Now there are 3 screens of information. This is the first screen. This is the second screen. And this is the third screen. So these are just three important bits of information in terms of the Timiza Vikoba product. So that is process number one. Now, as I said before, the first 6 steps, we will use them every time. If you look on the process map, you see it is repeated. So I will move a bit faster through those first 6 steps. So the second process is registering a group. So let's register a group. So we're going into sim 1, and this is where I will move a little fast. So we go 6, 1, 2, 1, and then pin. Now all we are doing there is navigating Airtel, so that's why we move fast. So now we are in Timiza Vikoba, and we will choose 1 to manage the group. And here we will choose 2, registering a group. And the first thing it asks for is a group name. We will say Pride. You just call it Pride. Yeah. Then we have a pin. We make it simple. How much to save every week? We will put 1,000. We choose a day. Let's choose Monday. And we choose accept. So those are the 4 bits of information that you need to use to register a group: the name, the PIN, the weekly saving, and the payment day. So now we are waiting on a message from Timiza Vikoba to show that the group has been registered. So let's read that message. Now this is Kiswahili, but basically it says your request to form the group has been accepted. The group can be from 5 to 100 persons, and the registration must be done before May 15. So the system gives you 1 month to register the group. So that concludes the second process. Now the third process is registering a group by an agent. So let's do that. Again, I'm going to move fast on this because it's the same thing you do every time. Now I'm using the same SIM card. Apply 6. So I'm using the same SIM card to register another group. Registering a group is an information issue, so it does not matter if I use the same SIM card. So let's go here, number 1, manage group, and we are going to choose now number 3, register group via agent, which is really what would happen in the field, because we are looking at a last mile marketing where agents will be registering groups. So here it says agent number, so I'm going to put in a number which we use here in Tanzania, and it says WCL, that's the name of the company, and then their agents have a specific number, which is 01. Those two first numbers represent the super coordinator. The next 2 digits represent the field coordinator, and the next 2 digits represent the actual agent in the field. So that agent is identified by the company, the super coordinator, and the field coordinator. Oh, what happened here? Huh? Okay, let's go back. I think I waited too long. So we are going back in 6, 1, 2, 1, and then the pin. So we choose 1, then we choose 3, register the agent number. I'm going to do this quickly now. So that is W C L oops, sorry, 01 01 01. So that's the agent code. Then we do the same thing, group name. So now I'm going to put Pride 1. Then we need a pin. And the weekly saving. And the payment date. Let's put 2. And accept. So here we have a message coming back from the system. This will be to verify. Here it is, your request, and notice it says Pride 1. So this is a new group, and the same message, people must join by May 15. Good. So that was process 3. Now we are going to process 4. Where we are joining a group. Now, the first person that joins the group, the system recognizes that person as the chairperson. And today we are going to have 7 persons joining the group, because the smallest number allowed is 5, but we want to add 2 more to demonstrate 2 exits later on. So right now we're doing process 4, joining a group. So I'm going to use SIM1, which is the SIM that we use to register the group. I'm going to use that SIM to join, so SIM1 person will be the chairperson. Okay, so we're going into SIM1. And this is where again remove quickly. So reply 6, reply 1, reply 2, reply 1, reply pin. Okay, so now we're going into the system. So you see here we are going into manage group. And now we're going to join. And here it asks you for the group name. So this is where we will put Pride 1. Or we can just use Pride, doesn't matter. But we will use Pride 1. So Pride 1. Then we put the pin. And accept. So everyone who is going to join the group, they will have the name of the group and the pin. So they can be anywhere geographically. So let's look at the message that comes through. Greetings, your request to join the group is okay. 4 more persons are requested to join. So the system is waiting now for 5 persons to join, then the group will be activated, and then other people can continue to join. So notice that is from SIM1. SIM1. Let me point that out. I think that's important. So here we see SIM1. So let us go now and do the same thing and join from SIM2. So we are going now into SIM2. So the second person is joining this group. And again, this is where we move quickly. Okay. So we are in SIM2 and we choose 1. Manage the group. We are joining. Choose 1. And we enter the group name. Remember, it's Pride. Oops, sorry. Pin. And accept. Now the message is coming back on SIM 2. And you can see there it is now asking 3 persons to join, 3 extra persons. To join group, for members to join the group, it's very simple, you have seen it. So what we are doing is moving forward from 2 members joining, we'll move forward and 5 members have joined. So the group now has 7 members. So we will move on to the next process now. So now we have 7 members in the group, and I want to show you the messages that came on the chairperson's phone. Remember, the chairperson is SIM 1. So let's look at some of these messages that are coming in. This shows that 2 persons were remaining to join. This shows that 1 person was remaining to join. So the messages came on the chairperson's phone, reminding him that he's the chairperson. So these messages were coming in as the other members were joining. So as somebody joins, the chairperson knows. The countdown is there. Sometimes the messages get stuck in the system, but they come through eventually. So all of these are welcome messages, so that the chairperson, no matter where he or she is, they can follow what is happening. Okay. So now we have 7 persons in the group. Just want to check and good. Now we have 7 persons in the group, and we want to move now to process 5 to make a payment. Now process 5, let's make the payment. So you'll notice here it will be a slightly different, but not much different. So let's go in. So we are going into Airtel system just as before. So we reply with 6, financial services, 1 for Timiza Vikoba, 2 for Timiza Vikoba, and here we are going to choose 2 instead of 1. Up to now we have been choosing 1, but now we are going to choose 2, which is to make the payment. We enter the amount. So to make the payment, you don't have to go into the Timiza system. The reference is, you can put anything for the reference. Here we put the PIN. This is Airtel money transaction. We're making a payment. A message has come in. 2 messages have come in. Now we are expecting 2 messages. One from Airtel, which is this one, which says that you have paid to mine the Leo successfully. And the other message is from Timiza Vikoba, which says that your saving is 1,000 and your loan is 0. So there are 2 messages come with each payment. Let's look at Airtel. Airtel 1,000 shillings to mine the Leo bank. And the next one is from the bank itself, from Timiza Vikoba, to say yes, they have received the money and it's in your savings. Akiba is savings. And your loan is 0. You have not taken a loan yet. So that is item 5. Now let's go to item 6 to check the savings and loan balance. We have already seen the balance, but there's a way that you can check it even if you did not make a payment. So let's see how we do that. So as you see, it says you go into the system again, as in we were doing previously. So let's go into SIM 1. You just made a payment on SIM 1. So reply 6, reply 1, reply 2, reply 1, and then reply PIN. So we are going into the system now, but we are going into the group, which is 4. That's where we check the balances in the group. You see, you go to number 2, which is account. And check balance, number 1. And here we get an SMS. Shows that our balance is 1,000 and the loan is 0. The same message that you get after you make the payment. It comes again when you check your balance. Now we want to move to item 7, which is a cross payment. Now, a cross payment can be made. For example, a member doesn't have enough money, so another member can make a payment for them. So that's what we are going to do here. And again, we are going to use the chairman's phone. The chairman has some money on his phone, so we are going to use the chairman's phone. So let's go into the system. Now, to make a payment to another person's phone, you have to have the money in the system. So we're going to make a payment and then transfer that money in the system. So we're making another 1,000 shilling payment into the chairman's account. He's moving the money from his mobile money account to his Timiza Vikoba account, and then we transfer. The references, you can put anything there for your help, and this is the PIN. So remember now, the chairman is moving money from his Airtel money account to his Timiza Vikoba account. And remember, we are expecting 2 messages. Good. So let's look at these 2 messages. The first message is from Airtel Money. You have moved 1,000 shillings and you have 920 as your balance. And then Timiza Vikoba is saying, we have received your money and you now have 2,000 shillings in your account in Timiza Vikoba. So we now want to move 1,000 shillings from the chairman's account to the next person, and we are going to move that payment to SIM 1 in phone 3. SIM 1 in the next phone, I'm sorry, which is this phone, phone 2. So we're going to move 1,000 shillings into this SIM1 account. So we are now doing process 7. Process 7. Again, from the chairperson's phone, SIM1. So we are going into 6. 1. So we are going into Timiza Vikoba now to make that transfer payment. So here we are in Timiza Vikoba, and we're going into the group number 4. We're going into accounts, and there you see transfer to member, which is number 2. And we have to put in the phone number of the member, and it says use the international format. So let's do that. Oops. Plus 255 685 22 7752. That's the number. And we're moving 1,000 shillings. And we accept. Let's wait on the message. Here is one message. We have 2 messages coming through. Let's see. Oh, it's messed. I don't know what happened there. The message looks a bit funny in code. Okay, but you can see it has come through on this phone. Let's just check to see, and we will come back and check balances. So let's check to see if the 1,000 shillings got to SIM1 in this phone. So here we can see that the 1,000 shillings did reach the phone, and it's shown as a savings balance, a new savings balance. So the money reached to that phone. Now we are moving on to process 8, which is to exit a member. So somebody has made a decision to leave. And of course they have spoken to the chairperson, they have spoken to the group members, but they are now doing the process in the system. So now we are in item 8 and we are a member is exiting. So we have to go into the system and do what is necessary. So we are going into the system here. As you can see, we are putting the pin and we are now going into Timiza Vikoba. And on the menu there you see the various options. We are selecting 4. Then we will select 1. And there, remove yourself. That's option 1. It requests for a reason. Then accept. So the individual now is receiving a message to say, and you see the other phones there are lighting up, receiving a message to say that the request has been received, and 4 persons, you see the four persons, 4 group members need to agree. So that is SIM 1 from phone 4 has requested to leave. So that's SIM 2 and SIM 1 both have received messages to say that the other individual is requesting to leave. So we are going in now to agree for that person to leave. And as you see on the main menu here, it says accept group leave, so we pick 3. Such and such person wishes to leave, and we choose 2 to accept. And let's wait and see what the response is from the system. Here's the message. And you see the person who requested, a message has come there because that person is following the process. And this message says that 3 more persons, let's look at that again, 3 more persons to agree. 3 more persons to agree. So we will go to sim 2 and do the same thing again. There we have accept group leave. Pick 3. Message comes back, such and such person is asking to leave. You accept. So the name of the person appears there. And here we have our message again, coming back on that same phone. And now it says 2 persons are remaining to agree. And all of these messages are going back on the original phone, are being copied to the original phone of the person who requested. So 2 more persons remaining. And when the person had requested to leave, those messages had gone to all the members. So that's what we are looking at here now. In sim 1 and sim 2 of phone 2, they had received the notification. And now they are acting on that notification. So again, passing through the Airtel system. Into Timiza Vikoba, and there we see accept group leave. And we accept. The reason why you see Wise Bros Company Limited coming up often, all these SIM cards are registered in that company's name. But what would normally happen is that you would see the name of the person, Tom, Mary, John, whoever it is. Now you see 1 person remaining, and again the person who requested is getting the notification. So they know 1 person is remaining. Now we're going into sim 2 to be that final person. There we see accept group leave. I'm going to select 3 again. So there, all phones are lighting up because the last person has agreed. So messages are going messages are going out to saying that the process is now complete, that person is now out. And you can see account of so and so and so is closed. No more service on that account. If we look at phone number 1, here is the message. Such and such a person. He was asking to leave the group, so this was the notification. Again, this was the notification asking to leave the group. And this final message here is that the account is now closed. Well, that brings us to the end of process 9, and we are now moving on to process 10, to exit a member. So one member is exiting another member. This may be for disciplinary reasons. Well, this is the process, process 10. So here we are going to use SIM 1 in phone 1 for the chairperson, and the chairperson is going to be removing a member. This would be the normal process if it's a disciplinary issue. So let's go in. You see SIM 1 there, that is the chairperson's line. And again, just traversing the Airtel system. So remember now, this is item 10, to exit a member, and we are doing this from the chairperson's phone. Okay, we are going into the system now. So the chairperson has selected 5, and that takes you into the part of the menu for exits. He chooses exit, and you see remove yourself or exit another. So he's choosing 2 to exit another. So we need to put in the phone number of the person who is going. Now the phone number here is without the 0. You remember in the previous occasion it was the international format, but here it is without the 0. So we accept. Message has come back, and you can see all the phones have lit up, which means everybody has been informed. Notifications have gone out that such and such a person will be leaving, and they must agree. They must make notification. We need 3 persons to agree, and they must agree before a certain date. So 3 persons need to agree. Basically, on these exits and even on the closure, 60% of the group members need to respond. It's a rough 60%. So 60% would represent the quorum. So here the member is going in to agree, and that means we are now in process 11, to accept the exit of a member. And there you see accept group, remove, so that's the notification that came in. Somebody wants to remove such and such a person. And here the acceptance is 1. So now you see it shows 2 persons need to agree. So that was sim 2. Two persons remaining. So we will just use this phone. Again, the 2 notifications have come that that person is being removed. One in sim 1 and the other in sim 2. So we are going to agree on this phone, and then that person will be out, using both sim 1 and sim 2. So entering the Timiza system now. You see item 3 there, accept group leave. And it says such and such a person wants that person to go, and you choose 1 to accept. Message comes on the phone right away, sorry, and it says 1 person remaining to agree. And these messages, of course, are being copied to the other members. So we are going to sim 2 now to be the final person in the group to agree for that member to be removed. Again, going through the Airtel system. Accept, group remove, item 3. Choose 1 to accept. message comes that, and you see all phones are lighting up, which means that this person is now removed. Let's look and see what's on the messages here. You can see 2 messages on SIM 1 and SIM 2, and the account of such and such a person is now closed. So that concludes item 11. We're just going to look at some of the messages that were coming through. Okay, now we are going to item 12 to change language. So we are into the Timiza system. And we choose item 3. We go to 3 and we see the 2 options there for English and Swahili. So I'm going to choose 2 because the setting here is in English now. So let's choose 2. So the message comes back. Sorry. Lugha yako, your language is now Kiswahili. Okay. With respect to the process map, we have just finished process 12 and we are now looking at process 13, which is to accept a loan. Now we are not able to demonstrate this because the first loans go out in week 5 and we are doing this video over a 1-day period. We will, however, have a second video that captures loan, the whole loan process, and we will append that to this video at that time. So to accept a loan, what really happens is the Grameen methodology disburses loans along a mathematical timetable. So loans are disbursed in week 5, week 7, week 9, and so on and so on. And the system knows who the loan is to go to, and hence on the morning of week 5, 2 persons out of 5 will get an SMS that says your loan is being offered, and it requests you to respond. Do you want the loan? Do you want a portion of the loan, or you don't want the loan? If you don't respond, the system just assumes you don't want the loan and moves forward. Process 14 is to object to a loan. Now, once an individual accepts a loan, SMS messages go out to every member in the group. and it is informing them that such and such a person has accepted a loan and asks them, do you have an objection? Now, normally nobody responds. A non-response is to say that I have no objection. But this just gives the members an opportunity to object should they have a reason. And if they object, there's a process that is followed. The loan will not go out, and the person who objects and the person who requests who the loan was offered to and the chairperson will confer, will be guided by the agent. They will confer and sort out whatever issue there is, and the loan offer will be made thereafter, the repeat loan offer. Process 15 is to prepay the loan. Now there is an option there where a customer can decide they have some money, they just want to prepay the loan, get it off, and they can do that. So there's an option there. When you prepay the loan, it does not mean the next loan is going to come any earlier, because the next loan is already scheduled on a timetable. But some customers like to remove themselves of the debt as early as possible. That is the option there. So we will now move into process 16, which is to shut down the group, and this is a process that the chairman only can perform. It is only shown on the chairman's phone, that option to shut down the group. So we are now on the chairman's phone and we are going to shut down the group. Please follow along on your process map. So that is the chairman's phone. And he or she is now going to initiate the shutdown. Now the shutdown option only appears on the chairman's phone. And remember, the chairperson is recognized as the first person who joins a registered group. The first person who joins a registered group, the system identifies them as the chairperson, and this shutdown option only appears, and there it is, item 4, only appears on the chairman's phone. So the chairman has selected 4, and there it is. Accept. 2. So a message is going to come back, so the chairman can know how many persons need to agree. And you see phones are lighting up, so people know the chairman has initiated this shutdown. And it says there 3 persons need to agree. This is the notification. To close the group. So everybody has a notification and they know they are now required to move to accept, which now brings us to the final process. So as we saw, 3 persons need to accept, and let us see what happens as we go through this process. So it's basically the same thing. You go in to the system, the option is there to accept. And there we go, accept group. That is actually shut down. Item 4. And there it says somebody wants to shut down and you accept. So they know that the name of the chairperson would be there where it says Wise Brew Company Limited. So they accept, a message comes and it says 2 more persons need to agree. Of course, these messages are being mirrored, copied to the chairperson. So wherever they are, wherever all the members are, they are being notified. So a group can be shut down, it's mutual agreement. And of course the chairperson has to do some counseling, the field agent has to do some counseling. But it is all optional. The group must be flexible, so that's why people can join and leave, and the group can be shut down at any time once people agree. We don't want a situation where people cannot work with people. Creates a lot of tension, so this option is there. Some will leave, some will regroup. So we have some members here who are just going through the process. To agree to the shutdown. I think we need 2 more persons. Oh, there must, oh yes. So we are going into SIM 1 of phone 2. And kubali, kufunga, kikundi, that is item 3. So here we are going to accept. And the message has come back, and you see the chairman's phone is receiving a copy, and it says we accept. 1 more person needs to accept for the group to close. So we are using SIM 1 of phone 3 So here we see the final person agreeing to the shutdown. Phones are lighting up, and let's look at some of these messages. We're expecting several different kinds of messages. notification that the group has shut down, and also the refund of the savings through Airtel Money. So let's see what we have here. Well, here we have Airtel Money. 1,000 shillings has been returned from Timiza Vikoba. Remember, this person made a payment. This is the chairperson. So they have gotten back their money, all 1,000 shillings. And notification is there that the money was returned. Here we have a message which is in computer code. I think there's some glitch there. So the notification that the group has been shut down, the person has received their money. Let's look at phone 2. Again, remember, this other person, 2 payments were made, so this person has received their money back also from Airtel Money, through Airtel Money. And there's the Timiza Vikoba notice that the refund is there, 1,000 shillings. And here the group, another notice showing that the group is now shut down. So all the messages are coming through on all the phones. On this phone there would only be closure notices, because of course no payments were made. I hope that you have found the demonstration useful. As you can agree, the issues related to loan, we could not demonstrate those because those are time related. If there are any questions, any issues, please don't hesitate. Let us have a conference call, or you can drop them on the email. We'll respond immediately.